Hello everyone, my name is WHSIPERS. Welcome to my podcast for my film The Silent Whispers. My film is based on a genre which lies between psychological and horror thriller. Today I will talk about how my skills developed throughout this project. When I shot my preliminary task, I had no experience of any kind of camera work or angles or lighting. It can clearly be noticed that most of my shots used are mid shots as I had no idea of how to implement different types of shots in different situations. The time I chose to shoot my preliminary wasn't a good choice as no natural light was left. Adding to this, I had a very non serious attitude as I had no proper script with me. I would just randomly develop dialogues then and there. I had no knowledge of how to maintain lighting, so I randomly shot it on my kitchen counter with the hanging table light as my only light source. For the worst part, I did not have the proper knowledge to select the location for my shoot. It's so funny how kitchen appliances were visible in most of my shots. Also, I edited my preliminary task on an editing app on my phone, CapCut, of course, which was quite unprofessional. Keeping all of these mistakes in my mind, I worked really hard on my planning prior to the final shoot of my opening sequence. To avoid these mistakes again, I worked how, where, and when to shoot. I shot my film on iPhone 12 Pro camera. For the timing of shoot, I chose to shoot my film in daylight with artificial lights. This time I used a lot of camera movements and shots to provide a diverse collection of shots. I increased the use of close ups, wide, and long shots, and for the camera movements, I used panning shots. I wanted my film to have an engaging element, so for that, I used unestablished tracking shots as they help increase tension throughout the scene. I worked in lighting by creating lighting plan prior to the film to help me throughout my shoot. The shots are taken according to the lighting plan to avoid unnecessary shadows and reflection on the character. This time I was very particular about my set and location, so for that I chose my own college's library and shot my film there. Adding to this, I also wrote a proper screenplay which helped me throughout the shoot and it was a guide for me to tell me what to shoot next. I wrote down proper script breakdown to avoid any inconvenience regarding my script on the final shoot day. Making the shot list before the shoot allowed me to experience new shot and angles. For editing my opening sequence, I used Premiere Pro this time and it took me less time to edit the video. I made sure that my sound was synced with the situation and scenes throughout the film. When I shot my preliminary video, the time management was horrible as I wasn't prepared and did not have anything planned prior to the shoot. But for my final film, we managed time by calling the actors on time as I had my props and location ready beforehand. I learned that having a perfect shot takes a lot of retakes. I worked a lot on my actors' expressions and actions this time to create the perfect shots. As I had limited time access to the library, we had to be really quick during the shoot. This time, I paid a lot of attention to the details such as the mise-en-scene. I used dull tones to match my genre. As this was my first experience shooting an opening sequence, I experienced and learned a lot of things from my shoot. I learned what kind of genres I love to work on, and I also learned how to implement different types of shots on different situations. It was a very overwhelming experience for me, and I worked on this project with my full dedication. Working on this opening sequence was a very fun experience as I learned many things from my mistakes, and it was my very first try, so I had a really good time shooting this.